Hello YouTube, back with another edition of Pro Tips Betting. Today it's Monday the 29th of April. As usual, going through the last bet first here. We picked April the 25th, Zurich versus Basel. We picked a Basel victory for 161. Also, Yeni versus Galatasaray. We picked a Galatasaray victory for the odds on 188. Total odds on 303. And yeah, this was a win. So, as you can see here in this spreadsheet, marked a W now. And let's get more of those W's, of course. Over to today's games. We have today 10 games picked out here in focus. Some Italy games, Spain, the League 2 in France, and so on and so on. And we will start by going through Italy. So first off, Italy Serie A. First game, Atalanta versus Udinese. Nothing huge on the injury list really for the teams. Going straight to the standings first, we can see that Atalanta is on a 7th place, still pushing for this top 4 position. Actually on a draw 5th with Torino and AC Milan on 56 points. Udinese, on the other hand, still kind of struggling with the relegation. 33 points, 29 down to relegation, so they will probably be interested in picking up some more points today. Atalanta, though, should of course win the game, but this might be a tough one as Udinese, of course, are in need of the points. Last 5, Atalanta, 3 wins, 2 draws. Udinese, 2 draws, 2 losses, and 1 win. Last time the teams met, 3-1 to Atalanta, and the game before that was a 2-0 win to Atalanta as well. Checking the odds here, only 130 for Atalanta today, brought to you by Bet365. So again, Atalanta should of course win the game, but this might be a game where you would like to go for the draw for 5.25 instead on a high bet, high output bet slip maybe. So marking both home victory and a draw for this one. Next one, Fiorentina versus Sassuolo. Just expanding the window a bit. Nothing huge on the injury list here either. Checking the standings, we can see that both teams are in mid-table and pretty much done for the season, as none of the teams will reach the top 6 position or the relegation spot. Over to head-to-head, we can see that Fiorentina has 3 losses and 2 draws. While Sassuolo has 3 draws, 1 win and 1 loss. Last time the teams met, it was a 3-3 draw, and the game before that, a 1-0 victory for Sassuolo. To be honest, this game is just too open, too unpredictable. I would go for a draw for the 375 on a high output bet slip. But else I would really stay away from this one. Over to Spain. Betis are playing Espanyol today. Nothing on the injury list for Betis. Only Carvalho is out. Espanyol have Naldo out, and that is pretty much the big ones. Checking the standings, again here, 2 teams on mid-table, both teams with 43 points. Won't reach the top 7 here either, and won't relegate. So checking head to head, we can see that Betis now have 4 losses and 1 win the last 5. Espanyol does have 3 draws and 2 wins. Last time the teams met, it was a draw 1-1, ended up a 3-1 after extra time. Before that, 1-1 draw. I do believe Espanyol might take this victory here today, but this one might also end up a draw. Espanyol is actually paying out 380, which pretty much is the gem of the day. Away or a draw on that one. We can quickly check on Unibet as well for the double play. That is appealing to anyone out there. Actually, Espanyol are now up to 4 in odds on Unibet at least. The double chance is paying 189, and I do believe this is pretty safe. Over to the next one. Over in France, League 2, Lorient versus Auxerre. Checking the standings here. Lorient on a 4th place. Paris only 1 point behind them, so they are of course interested in picking some more points to stay in that Europa placement. Auxerre, on the other hand, still in danger of relegation with 38 points, only 36 down to relegation. So this is 2 teams fighting for all the points. Might be a tough game. Last 5 though, Lorient 2 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw, while we find Auxerre with 2 losses, 2 draws and 1 win. Last time the teams met, it was a 0-0 draw, and the game before that 3-1 Auxerre. Predictions for this one is a draw for me, paying out 330. Next game, over to Germany, the Bundesliga 2, 2nd division. Check-in standings, Duisburg versus Armenia. We can find Armenia on mid-table, 39 points, while we have Duisburg on the last position with only 24 points, and more or less already relegated, I would say. But still a slight chance for survival. So this is maybe a Duisburg team who is really fighting for survival. Might be a tough one for Armenia, who again doesn't have anything to play for really. Last 5, Duisburg 3 draws, 2 losses, and Armenia 2 draws, 2 wins and 1 loss. Last time the teams met, Duisburg won 1-0, and the game before that 3-0 Duisburg. Checking the odds, Duisburg are paying 230, and I do believe again that this one will end up a home win for Duisburg, or maybe a draw as well. Could end up a draw. We'll check this one as well for the double play. Oops. The double play or double chance, home or draw, is paying out 141. 141 on that one. That might end up being on the safe bet slip today. We will go ahead and check the last 5 games as well. Over to Ireland, picked out 2 games here as well. Dublin versus Sligo Rovers. Checking the standings here, we can see that Dublin are on relegation spot with 10 points. Sligo Rovers just slightly above them with 13. Checking head to head the last 5, you can see Dublin has 4 losses, 1 win, while Sligo has 3 draws, 1 loss and 1 win. Last time the teams met, Sligo won 1-0, and the game before that was a 4-0 victory to Sligo, but this was all the way back to 2014. I do predict here a Rovers win, but I might also lean towards a draw in this one. Just because Dublin are in really bad shape, really, and this is a game where Sligo should win. But yeah, a desperate Dublin team on the relegation will probably give them a fight for the points. But a draw or a away win on this one, we will check that as well on Unibet. Sligo. A draw or away win for Sligo is paying 152. 152. Next game in Ireland today. Shamrock versus St. Patrick's. Shamrock on first place with 31 points and St. Patrick's on a fifth with 21. Checking the head-to-head and the last 5 games. Shamrock has 2 losses now, the last 2 games, and 3 wins before that. St. Patrick's better form recently with 3 straight wins, 1 loss and 1 draw. Rovers won the last game 1-0, and before that they won 1-0 as well. Do believe though that Shamrock will win this one again today, but the odds on 153 is slightly tipping me towards the draw on a high output bet slip for 375. But again, probably a game Shamrock should win this one, but the odds were up to 165 this morning and it's dropped to 153. And again, 2 even teams this, so I might pass on the 153, but we'll see. Over to Norway, 1 game being played here today, Vålerenga versus Odd. This is also a close game this Monday. You can see the table here. Odd on a 2nd place now, Vålerenga on a 5th. Only 5 games have been played in the league in Norway so far. So still settling in. Vålerenga, last 5, 1 draw, 2 wins and 2 losses, while we find Odd with 4 wins and 1 draw. And the 1 draw being against Rosenborg, who are of course the favorites to win the league, but they have had a very scrappy start this season. Last time the teams met, 3-2 to Odd, and before that 2-1 Vålerenga. Prediction on this one is tipping towards a draw, since Odd are playing away today, but Odd could also end up winning the game, paying out 340. We'll go over to Unibet again here and check for the double play or double chance for Odd victory or a draw, which is paying out actually 170. 170 there for a double chance, draw or away in the Norwegian league. Over to Sweden, Allsvenskan, Göteborg versus AIK. Standings, AIK on a 5th, while we have Göteborg or Gothenburg on a 8th. Checking the head-to-head and the last 5, we can see Gothenburg has 2 wins, 2 losses and 1 draw, while AIK has 2 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss. AIK won the last game between the teams 2-0, and the game before that was also a 2-0 for AIK. Odds for this one, AIK on 225 or a draw on 320. And a draw is my prediction in this game. You can also check, of course, the double play on this one as well, as again there are a lot of tough games today. AIK or a draw in the Swedish game is paying out 132. I think I will stick with the draw in this game on a high output bet slip. Last game this Monday in focus here, pro tips betting, is from Turkey Super League, Konyaspor versus Galatasaray. 3 players out for Galatasaray, only 1 for Konyaspor. Checking the standings here, we can see Galatasaray on a second with 3 points here today. They will take the first place. Konyaspor, on the other hand, mid-table, 37 points. Relegation is on 30, so pretty much nothing to play for Konyaspor. Should be a easy win for Galatasaray. Last 5 as well. Konyaspor 2 draws, 2 losses, 1 win, while Galatasaray has 3 wins and 2 draws. Last time the teams met, 1-1 draw, and the game before that, 2-1 Galatasaray. So Galatasaray have apparently been struggling a bit with Konyaspor. They are playing away today, but the little jackpot here is, of course, that they will go to first place, winning this game. And again, Konyaspor have pretty much nothing to play for now, and the recent form is 3 losses and 2 draws. Odds for Galatasaray is up to 161. It was 165 earlier this morning, and I will pick Galatasaray for the safe bet today. Alright, so that's it for my analysis of this Monday's games. We had 10 games here today. Betting tips will be on screen in just a moment. As always, please subscribe to the channel for latest tips and updates, as well as Twitter now, Insta, and also check out the spreadsheet if you want to evaluate me. Of course, again, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you like, and I'll see you in the next one.